Assistant Professor Nimesh Das here from LJ Institutes of Engineering and Technology. In the previous session, we have discussed about the modules and the content related to it. Now, in this session, we will discuss the modules in brief and one by one content of it. So, let's begin. So, the module that we will discuss is superconductivity, and we are going to discuss the basics of it. So, what we are waiting for? Let's begin. So, this is era of an electricity, where each and everything is running out of electricity. That is from the lighting of your lights from your home to the lights of your streets to the every appliance running out around you, whether it is your house, whether it is your school, colleges, offices, or even your multiplexes, or where you are going for shopping, shops, everywhere. So you can almost see electricity running out everything surrounding you. But along with that, it also runs out your transportation, right? So if we take only one content of it, that is, for example, we are taking our house. So in our house, you have got the multiple appliances working out of it. For example, television, then you can see also laptop working out, then you are also taking the air conditioner. But one thing you must notice that when we are getting this appliance running around it, so there is certain amount of heat coming out of there. Now the question is, what is this heat signifying? So this question can be answered into one conceptual thing, that is, if we take a simple battery and a lamp, so the moment we connect the circuit, what happens? It starts flowing. What is starting flowing? The electricity starts flowing in it. But to understand from where the heat is generating, we need to get a zoom in and understand about the conducting wire. So when you are zooming into the conducting wire, you can see that as the temperature increases, the ions get vibrates, and because of this vibration, when the electron comes out, it will dash to it, right? And this is the reason from where the heat is generated. So we can conclude that as the temperature increases, the resistance also increases. Now what is the resistance increasing here? The resistance is signifying the vibrations, right? So here the story begins. So the story begins that what is happening, each and every point from the powerhouse to the transformer to the grid lines to the electricity coming to our house, in entire world, when we are going for the generation of electricity, you won't believe 20% of it is wasted. Now why wasted? Because of this heat. So what we can do that to decrease this thing? So by decreasing the resistance, or by decreasing this resistance, what we can do? We can reduce the loss of it. So from this point of time, the story begins of the superconductivity. So basically, a Dutch physicist that was named as Henk Kamerlingh Onnes in 1911 discovered in material that at certain condition, what was happening in that material, the electrical resistance was getting lost, as well as what was happening, the electric flux was also getting expelled. And he saw that first thing in the mercury, and in mercury at 4.2 Kelvin, this thing was, or this property was shown up by them, right? So now what was the concept working there? Again we are taking that battery, again we are taking our lamp. Now we are cooling down the temperature, because 4.2 Kelvin that was shown in the previous slide, or our physicist has observed that at 4.2 Kelvin, and 4.2 Kelvin is very low amount of temperature, okay? So what we are doing, we are taking just a part of it. We are taking a part of the conducting wire and cooling it down to almost 4.2 Kelvin. Now here the things that shown up was, because of this low down in temperature, what was happening, this ion that were getting vibrating, they got freezed. And now as it was getting freezed, the electron can easily pass through it, right? So as electron was passing through it without any dash or vibration, the resistance automatically reduced. So from this we can conclude that as the temperature decreases, the resistance also decreases, and the loss that was of electricity in terms of heat will also reduce. So this was the basic concept of superconductivity. It is one of the applications. There are numerous applications of the superconductivity, but that can be also taken out in the later on the session. This is just conceptual understanding from where we got the requirement of the superconductivity. Before we define superconductivity and the superconducting material, let us understand few basic things regarding the temperature. So that basic thing is, we know the temperature in Celsius only. Okay, so what was happening in Celsius, we know that it is at 0 degree it freezes, 100 is a boiling, minus 273 is absolute zero, and then warmer 2 is 270 is your liquid helium, then at 195 it was your liquid nitrogen. Okay, so when we get it into the Kelvin, so in Kelvin, what was the scenario? The absolute zero would be becoming the reference. Okay, so from that zero it will start, then 3, then you can go with 78, then it goes with plus 100, that is 273 and 373. So these are the changes. Now why we are discussing this? Because you are not aware about this Kelvin thing. You are aware about only the degree Celsius. So this is just awareness regarding, because now onwards we will be using the Kelvin. So when we are saying the low temperature, okay, and still it is in positive, you will be having questions that low temperature in degrees Celsius it was always in minus. So what is happening in Kelvin? But our Kelvin is starting from 273 minus. Okay, so from there the zero absolute. So when we are saying it's 4.2, so you can imagine that it is ultimately a very minus in degree Celsius. Okay, so now after this we can define what is superconductivity. Now superconductivity is the phenomena that is seen in certain metals, alloys or ceramic, in which it allows the electricity to pass through it with almost zero resistance. When it is cooled down below certain temperature, that is nothing but a critical temperature. Now from the same we can define what is superconductor. Now all those materials that possesses electrical resistance is almost zero, and when it is shows up that thing when it becomes below critical temperature. So all the material that loses of its electrical resistance at a particular temperature, and that name is critical temperature. So this is the superconductor. So now from this we can get the graph of it. So how it was discovered? We are taking for example x number of element. Okay, so when we are taking this element, what was happening? As the temperature was reducing, the resistance also reduced. That we have already conceptually discussed in the prior lecture. But what is happening? It is reducing at a particular point, it is not becoming zero. But at that point the resistance is known as residual temperature, or you can also say that residual resistance. So at a particular residual temperature, residual resistance is showing up, and that is in the normal matter. But something new happened. Now when certain material was taken into the consideration, at that point that temperature, instead of reducing and getting some residual value, it was going down to zero, and that was where the superconductor was discovered. And it was obviously seen first in the mercury and at 4.2 Kelvin. Right, now what is this 4.2 Kelvin? At that point what is happening? Your entire resistance is becoming zero. So now we can define the critical temperature is the temperature at which the material's resistance dropped down to zero. That particular point of temperature is critical temperature. So just below critical temperature it will be working as a superconductor, and above it will be working as a conductor. So this was our critical temperature definition regarding the same. After that we are taking some examples of the superconductor. Now before we taking the example of the superconductor, let's take periodic table. From that periodic table we are taking one by one element and getting through under our graph. So certain material that would be showing the normal metal characteristics or property regarding the same, as well as a certain would be showing up the superconductor. So from that we have got some examples such as mercury, after that you have got medium, after that you have got this tin, after that you have got zinc, then you have got lead, then it was vibrisio, and last vanadium. That was your vanadium, right? So this were the few examples regarding your superconductors. Now after we have got the examples of it, let's discuss the properties of the superconductor. Now what is the meaning of the property all about? Property is an idealistic value. We assume that this is how the material should be. How it is actually, that would be the characteristics. So when we are discussing the properties, they are the ideal things regarding any material. So in that we will begin with the first. First is the electrical resistance. Now electrical resistance or resistivity, what would be that? It would be extremely low. We know that it is almost absolute zero. But practically it is not the same. it is near about 10 is to minus 7 ohm meter. So this is the electrical resistivity. Now the next is goes with the effect of impurities. Now what happens with effect of impurity? As the impurity increases, your temperature, that is critical temperature, gets low down. It becomes very difficult to attain that critical temperature because it is already very less. Now if it reduces more, then it becomes impossible for a person to achieve that critical temperature. Hence your superconductivity may get lost. After that, the next property is regarding the effect of the pressure. Now, certain material under high pressure and low temperature possesses superconductivity. What is happening in pressure? In pressure, when you are applying the pressure, the material's ions are getting closer to each other. So that space of vibration has been reduced. Now, along with that, you are also getting the temperature down. So the space has reduced as well as the temperature has also decreased. So now the possibility of the vibration becomes very less. Okay. So for example, if you are taking a caesium, and that caesium you are taking at 110 K bar of the pressure, and with the critical temperature of 1.5 K, it would be showing up the superconductivity. So this example goes under the category of high pressure superconductors. Now the next one is isotopic effect. Now what actually happens in isotopic effect? So it is said that the isotopic mass affects the critical temperature. Okay, so when an isotopic mass affects a critical temperature, that phenomena is known as isotopic mass, and we can also correlate it with by the formulation, that is Tc is proportional to 1 upon m, that is mass raised to alpha. And what is alpha? Alpha is nothing but isotopic constant. So this were the few properties regarding the superconductor. In the next session we will discuss more properties regarding the same. So hope you guys have understood this video very well. See you in the next lecture.